Hi friends, this is Madison Murphy here with Make It Fun, Get It Done. This was to be a Facebook Live event video. However, Facebook hasn't been working the last couple of days for my wife, and it wasn't working for me. Just so I did it now. So I'm just gonna make this fun and get this done. So I am going to do a video here, but I'm going to do it without any editing on it to give the thing as far as live goes. So what I want to talk about today, or what I'm going to talk about today, is adding value. Now, if you want to, add value to something, there's several different things that you can do. But I'm just going to kind of back up to, if we see a good movie, a good wholesome movie, I like to see one where the good guy wins, and then we feel like there's a good value within that movie, then we're going to want to share it. So as far as adding value, that does help things to be shared. So one thing that I do to add value to myself sometimes, or other people do, might put on a suit jacket. Suit jacket is one way of adding value. Put on a suit jacket, and then the pocket square here that I use is adding value, and sometimes a necktie, adding value. And then instead of having a t-shirt, a nice dress shirt. Now that's ways of adding value to yourself. Now the adding value that I would like to talk about is more like adding value in a business sense, business type sense. And so if you want to, one way or how to add value is identify a problem. Find out that there's a problem out there, something that needs to be solved, and then find a solution to that problem, whether it's a service or a product, or finding a solution to it. So when you do this is when you see the problem, or if you think there might be a problem coming up or in the future, and there's different ways, different techniques to look at possible problems in the future, but I'm not going to get into those. Then that's the way that you can identify it, and then you find a solution for those. I'm going to actually backtrack and tell you one thing though that just came to mind. In the past I found a problem that was going to come up into the future, and now we're into the future, and it has to do with bullying, like people being a bully. Got this little L that I have a hard time saying L sometimes, but anyway, so bullying. I see it's always been a problem, but I just saw that it was going to come up more of a problem. So a solution that I found to that is I did a CD and audio. I did an audio recording, and that audio recording, by the way, I'm working on getting out, and this is not supposed to be for that, but it just came to my mind as far as with the audio recording. And the audio recording is actually on kindness. So it's kindness as an antidote or way to get rid of bullying. Instead of fighting fire with fire, that way I'm fighting the fire with something that's kind, or in this case, water. Or instead of fighting darkness with dark, fighting the darkness with a light, and having like a little flashlight, a little bit of kindness. And that's, one thing that's talked about recently too, is the walk up. Walk up to somebody and be kind. Walk up to somebody who's looking lonely and be nice to them. Walk up to them and talk to somebody who nobody else is talking to, whether it's at school or work, or if you're in a social group like a church or anything like that. Go talk to people and who look like they need to be talked to, and so spread kindness. So anyway, just kind of, that's an example, that real life example to me, as far as a way of identifying a problem and finding a solution for it. So there, problem, bullying, solution, kindness. And and I was actually talking about that, the when you can do that, when you see it, or even if there's ways that you can feel like it's going to come up in the future. Wherever you are, you can, add value to, whether it's yourself, by the way you dress, present yourself, as far as your posture, chin up, shoulders back some, a little bit of a smile at least, or smiling, and, talking well. And I have this habit of trying to add value by talking faster and getting a passion in there by faster. That's not necessarily the case. You don't necessarily have to talk louder or faster. It's just that you talk more confident in adding value. And who can you add value to? Well, I talked about business. As far as who, if you have existing clients, you can add value to what you do, or your products or your services. When you talk with the existing clients, and there's family, friends, potential clients, neighbors, and then I mentioned social groups like churches and those types of things. And then why do we want to add value? Well, when we add value to what we're doing, especially if it's a product or a service, then that creates what I call a win-win-win situation. So when it's valuable, it's for the person who is accepting that product or service, win for them. And then, us or me, as far as getting some things of value in return, so I get something in return, it's a win for me. And the third win is it's a win for other people. So I'm not going to get into how it's a win for other people in detail, but a win for other people, those other people are your family, your friends, your neighbors, or other people that you share with somebody. You get value to somebody who then becomes, I'm going to use the word client, becomes a new client. And then if they share with other people, that adds value to the third win. So I like to, we talk about in business a lot of win-win. Well, I like the win-win-win. Just more wins. That, it's always better to have more wins, and that helps out. So when you're talking about your services and your products, just make sure that you include that you're adding value. When you have a business too, that it's valuable. As far as what I do in many different areas has value. As far as helping out clients improve themselves and increase their confidence. I want a little more in confidence. I'm going to use the word self-concept, and that's a conception of yourself. That is a word from the 80s and 90s that I think should be brought back out, instead of just self-esteem or self-image or self-confidence, but just self-concept. It's more of a rounded one. And one day soon I'll be going into that, because I'm an expert in it, and I did my master's thesis was on that. And anyway, so as far as adding, back to the adding value, you want to make sure that when you're adding value, that it's a win for them, not just a win for you, not just a win for your family, but a win for them too. And so when you do that, just you can use the word value, and that's a good way of adding value. And just talk about if you can see if this is going to help out you, save you time. How valuable is that for you to save time, or how valuable is that for you to have better health? How valuable is it for you to exercise? Well, it was for me. I'm down 80 pounds, let go of 80 pounds last year, 5 more this year, and repositioned muscle on top of it. So I've lost more fat than that. And it's just great. So that's a value to me. So look at what you can add value to and talk about it to other people. And then I would challenge you, to take action on it. If something's valuable, you're going to want to take action. Just like in the beginning when I talked about, saw this great movie. It really had a good message, a good wholesome movie, good message. The bad guy won, and it's a great message. And with that, you can learn something great from it. And so that, if you don't share it, it doesn't seem valuable. So one way of adding value is just to share, and share what you do. Just like I was mentioning, just came to my mind to mentioning that audio I have on kindness. And that's just a way of, sharing in value. So with that, I challenge you to look at the value in your life and make sure that you are adding value in your life. And you know, you're super awesome, you're super amazing, and you know, thank you everybody for watching this. And if anybody there wants a free mentoring appointment with me, I'm going to just put it on this video since it's a little bit hidden. I'll be giving away 1 half-hour free mentoring appointment. So just mention that you saw it on this video about adding value, and send me a direct message on it so you don't give it away to the other people. And I'll look at the first one. I need to look at the first 3 and tell me why you need mentoring, or what you want to accomplish. Yeah, why what you want to accomplish. And then I'll look at the 3 who respond to that and pick from that. But that's just a little bit of you know, a little bit of value I'm going to put into there. So everybody have a great day.